Hey guys, welcome back to another Mirror Match StarCraft 2 commentary. I'm CK and I'm here with my co-host today, JTN. How's it going, JTN?
I am good. Today we have a jungle basin game, 1v1 game, platinum level, between Faelun, the red Protoss in the bottom right, versus the blue Terran, Wyattben.
Wyattben. I think I'm just going to call him Ben.
Yeah, I think
that's probably easier.
Ben's a good name. Ben's a
Yeah.
solid name. So jungle basin, it's known for its very safe and secure natural. I mean,
Right.
you can just plop it down. It's protected from another attack from those destructible rocks. So we see a lot of really fast expansion games.
Yeah,
this
so
map.
like you said, very safe,
Yep.
natural. At the same time, very dangerous third.
Yeah,
Pretty tough to get a third in this
This
map.
is the problem most Zerg players have with this map because, as we all know, Zerg players really need their third expansion. It's a very key timing, and you just what are you gonna pick? They're all closer to your opponent. Like you have to pick a third base that's closer to your opponent, and it's not gonna be as defended as your main and your natural. So, but there's no Zerg players here, so we don't have to worry about that. It's just a Terran versus Protoss, so we'll most likely see a two-base, very aggressive play from both players.
Yeah, Phelan doing the usual probe harass on the SCV, which is building
Probe
the
harass
barracks.
is just so powerful because you can just run away your probe after taking some damage and just let those shields regenerate.
Yeah, just something that Terran players all hate. I'm pretty sure everyone shares that sentiment. I am a Terran player,
Hey,
so
I think we actually saw a fast gateway. I mean, I looked at it when it was 13 supply and it's almost halfway done. I think it was like a 11 gate or 10 gate. So,
Yeah, so
I think we're going to see some pretty early pressure from Faelun.
yeah, at the same time, he's chrono boosting probe, so I'm not sure
Yeah, it's
whether
kind
he
of
should be saving
wacky,
that
but
for-
he might be saving it. I don't know. Yeah, and at the same time he's getting gas, so he will be getting that cybernetics core and possibly stalkers. But yep, there goes
Yep.
the cybernetics core. Will we see a Stark come out? No. So I guess it was just an early gateway.
Yeah.
Oh, and look, a backdoor pylon from Faelun.
Now, I think that's a good placement, but at the same time, I actually feel that it should have been on the opposite side of the cliff. Then you can warp into well, on the left-hand side of the destructible rocks. I think that pylon placement is a little bit too easy for the Terran to see, but we'll see if just Ben is able to catch this.
Yep, and I don't think he will. Ben does scout his natural for any sneaky play, but he doesn't see anything and he backs that marine out. And I really think this pylon's going to play a pretty big role. You can just warp in units to the back door and just run them up at the other ramp. And Terran player is forced to run back and forth, kind of like on Blistering Sands, and it gets really hard to defend.
Yeah, definitely very good for keeping pressure, especially the moment the Terran expands. Then you can really start, being annoying with whatever units you really want to be annoying with.
I think both players are doing a really good job in not getting supply blocked so far, because we see a lot of platinum players that have, good mechanics, good micro, decent macro, but they just seem to get supply blocked a lot, and I think both players are doing a pretty good job on that front.
Yeah, we do see Ben getting his concussive shells out with Marauders.
Yep, so powerful against Protoss units, because Marauders are just solid against gateway units, and once you get that concussive shell up, you can just pick off Stalkers one by one so easily. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and especially if you can catch a Protoss army off guard, or if they're running away, the sentries typically end up in the back, and they're pretty much, easy food for the Marauders.
Faelun is smartly putting up a backdoor pylon on his own natural just to make sure nothing sneaky is going on by his backdoor rocks. And I think Ben should be doing the same thing, just plopping down a supply depot by his backdoor rocks. Gives you a little bit of vision, not too much. And it lets you see if anything's breaking down those rocks or if there's anything sneaky, like that proxy pylon that Faelun has.
Yeah, oh, and we do see Phelan throwing down his early Nexus at a 29
I guess it's not
food.
very
Not
early.
very early, but
on this map, people have been going like 15 Nexes.
yeah,
And, this is
matching
pretty
his
standard timing on most maps, but at the same time, Ben's going up for an early push, and we'll see if Faelun can react with his sentry. It looks like he does. Picks off that Marine. Ben very smartly only sends in one Marine.
yeah,
most
and he
players
got
send
out
it-
of there alive too.
Yeah, most people just have everything on one control group. They send it up the ramp, and you know what happens? The sentry just cuts half the army off with a force field, and half your army's gone. It's dead.
Exactly.
Oh, looks like what I just said just happened. It looks like half his army just got decimated.
Yeah, and he should be, Phelan should be moving his stalkers up to the front so that he can pick off the units on the ground. So yeah, that was a bit of a loss for Ben.
Yeah, it looks like he's pulling back. Will we see anything special from him? No, it looks like he's getting a tech lab on his factory and plopping down a starport. He really needs to get another command center up. He's not making any SCVs anymore, and he needs to plop down a mule too.
And there we go. We have the command center
yeah,
going
never
up
mind.
at the
Sorry.
natural.
Yeah, there is a command center up. So, I guess he had decent timing. Like, he didn't attack. He made he made Faelun kind of scared to move out his base. So at the same time, he puts down a command center in a very safe position. And he said he does have units to defend any kind of possible push from Faelun.
And now we have Faelun starting to crank out probes for his natural, trying to get that saturation in, chrono boosting all his next psi. Definitely trying to get ahead in the...
Yeah, let's look at the income tab. Oh, it's actually pretty even. I'm surprised. I thought Faelun was way ahead. But Faelun does put down his robotics facility. Very good choice against Terran players. And it's actually pretty much the only choice, because you always have that fear of a Cloak Banshee.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
A Cloak Banshee, very, very strong play against Protoss, of course, because the Protoss, I mean, their only mobile detection is that observer.
Yeah, that is their only detection, so you need that observer out, and it's good for him to scout out Terran's main, because right now he actually does not know anything in the Terran's main. He does not know anything. He only knows that there's a barracks and a supply depot. That's it.
Yeah, he's playing completely in the dark. I'd like to see that observer make its way over to the natural.
But at the same time, in Ben's camera, we see that he also knows nothing about
but he just laid a scan down on the pylon, so he knows that it's there, and he's going to move out swiftly.
He looks like he's going to move out to take it out. Very, very good scan from Ben, actually. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, that's why I was saying I'd like to see the pylon on the bottom ledge, because that is a little bit harder to see.
It's harder for the Terran player to see and to hit also. Right?
Exactly.
And like I said before, Ben does put that supply depot by the rocks. I think that pylon just kind of reminded him, oh crap, I kind of need vision there, eh? So he does put down that supply depot.
The Banshee just flew right by the observer, so Faelun is going to see the Banshee coming, and
but he is going to be prepared. Where is his observer?
No, his observer is in.
Oh no, that Banshee's going to but at the same time, Cloak. He did not research Cloak, so that Banshee
is gonna get picked off. It's gonna, and he loses
that Banshee is a. By the way, Chris, I think you're a little bit behind on me on the replay.
Oh, am I?
Yes, but that's okay. We don't see Cloak getting researched by Ben. He is making out another Banshee. It's about to pop out pretty soon. The observer knows everything about Ben's army, so I think Faelun's gonna be very well prepared. He does have Immortals coming out and another observer. I think he's scared of that Cloak Banshee coming in again. Well, not Cloak, but just another Banshee, so he's just going to be extra cautious. And getting that +1 upgrade. Very good investment. Yeah. And his second Expos looks to be in very good shape.
Yeah, we don't see Ben coming out with the Cloak, so I don't think he's going to be going for a Cloaked play. Oh, he throws down a scan on his own base to try and find the observer.
Yeah, but that observer just smartly goes out. Faelun was actually going back to the army, but he very smartly sees the scan, and with really good reaction time, he just pulls that observer right back out. And Ben doesn't even know where the observer is anymore.
Ben throwing down scans at the middle expo as well, trying to find out where the Protoss has expanded.
Yeah, here comes another Banshee to the natural of Faelun, but there's a cannon there to hold off any kind of major harassment. Looks like he will only be able to get a couple of probes. Actually, there's a very good spot for him to pick off probes. But it does look like the Stalkers are going to come out and shoot that Banshee away.
Yeah, and the Banshee was able to get 4 kills, so not bad.
Decent, but it still hasn't paid itself off yet. It did force Faelun to pull his units back, force him to stay in his base for a little bit longer, and give Ben a little bit more time to macro up.
Yeah, Ben's Banshee going over to the right side now, trying to put more pressure on Faelun.
Yeah, very good
that photon cannon? Oh, the photon cannon is in range of the Banshee.
It's definitely in range. Oh no, that Banshee just needs to pull out right now. Oh, he's stuck in a very bad spot right now. Those Stalkers. No, it will not get the Banshee, and he will get out of there in time.
Yeah, so we do have 2 Immortals for Faelun. I think that's quite a smart play. He saw the siege tanks.
I think he does need a little bit more siege tanks, or not siege tanks, Immortals. He does have 4 siege tanks ready.
Right.
I think 3 would be a very good sweet spot.
Right, and we do have the 3rd Immortal coming out quite promptly on the robotics facility.
Yeah, exactly like I said.
Zealot Charge coming out, which is very good for
such a good upgrade. You know, this is the exact reaction you need against siege tanks. Those Zealots will just run up, maybe get to the siege tank, but it's okay if they don't, because then they'll be right up against the infantry, and those siege tanks will do a lot of splash damage to its
Their
own
own
army.
units.
Yep,
Yeah,
pretty much.
exactly. So did Ben see that army move out? Oh, but he does see it now with
sees
his
it now,
probe at
and
the Zelnanga camp.
He's warping out a bunch more zealots, and we'll see if any good forces will be put down.
Yeah, Ben
Because
just taking
force
out
fields
that
are going to
probe.
be so good against this army. Like,
Definitely.
It's good against everything, actually.
Yeah. Now I'm curious to see where Ben's gonna start sieging up. His ball is
Oh, we
sort of outside
we
the
see
base.
Ben researching the CAEDUCEUS reactor. I think that's a medevac energy.
Yeah.
You don't see that every day.
Yeah,
I was
actually,
like,
that's
what?
quite a rare.
I was on the production time. I was like, what is that? Is that like a level 2 armor upgrade? No, it's not.
No, it's actually the yeah, it is the medvac energy, and I mean typically Terran players don't get this.
Yeah, there's always
research against
better arm. Oh, it looks like Ben's gonna be pushing out there, sieging up the siege tanks. Oh, Faelun just smartly gets out of the way just in time. Ben sends out a scouting heli and sees all those units, and Ben, I think, is gonna I think Ben's just gonna slowly. Oh, you should not be sieging all your siege tanks like that. This is a very good window for Faelun to move out, but looks like he will not take it. He will not take that timing window.
Now the reason why I was saying, is he? Oh no, not quite.
He was just in range for a second there.
Yeah,
those medevacs are going to play a huge role.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was going to talk about the medvac energy.
Exactly,
yeah. Typically, you don't see that against the Protoss because of the High Templar feedback. If you get
exactly. That's a good.
Max speed. Oh, but we do have an.
Oh no, those siege tanks are not sieged up. Those zealots are going to rip apart those siege tanks with that charge.
Yeah, the Bio Ball doing a lot of damage, but at the same time, the Protoss are. Oh, and all the storms going down. Is he going to feedback? There we go. All the feedbacks destroying those medvacs instantly.
That is why you don't want too much energy on those medevacs against Protoss. Those feedbacks will just one-shot those medevacs because they do have more energy than life when they're at max energy.
Exactly, and that's why Terran players typically do not get that upgrade.
This is pretty much GG for Ben here. I mean, Faelun has just a huge army. He has almost double the army count of Ben, and it looks like he's going to go just steamroll up there.
Yeah, he is moving in. Very smart counter push. Is encountering the small little bio ball, but I don't think Ben's going to be able to hold this off. Medvac is able to heal a lot of the Marines, but
another feedback, 2 feedbacks. Those medevacs had a lifespan of like 3 seconds. Those immortals doing so much damage to those buildings, and I expect to see a GG very soon. No GG.
Not even a GG.
He is mad. He is so mad right now.
Yeah. I think. You know, I think Ben's army size was pretty good at that point in time.
Yeah,
he got caught out of position.
I think those army counts were very similar. They both had very good macro, but it's just his siege tanks just got out of position. That shows you why you need to unsiege those siege tanks one at a time.
Yeah, also his macro, he should be macroing at home while he's fighting. You can take a look at his resources.
Yeah, you need it's macro while you're fighting. Like, you can macro while you're not fighting, but it's really macroing while you're fighting that's the most important skill.
Exactly, so that you have an army to defend if your army does get crushed, which it did.
So, important lessons learned here. Pretty good replay sent in by Faelun, our Protoss player. This is a platinum replay. If you'd like your replays casted, send it in to tv@mirrormatch.net, and we'll see you guys next time. I'm JTN.
And I'm CK. Have a good one, guys.